Greetings, dear magnificent spirit soul that you are, now and eternally and always have been. And it's you being. That's where we're going to operate from. That's where we're going to work from. That's who we are. Just being here, it's just so cool. And what's so cool about it, too, is that I'm a nature person, and that my work, my life's work, I get to do in nature, because it's where I like to be, what I like to do. My topic is that you can live the way you want to now. You really can. You start little by little. Maybe I was telling my daughter, Rebecca, my wonderful daughter, cool, and that we used to go to church camp in Pacific Grove. I forgot the name of that place, but anyway, this really great conference center. Just great buildings, and right there at the ocean, and this wonderful big lodge that had, I think it had a pool table, and had sofas for people to sit and read, and had a ping pong table and piano, of course. And I'd always love to just gather around the piano with people and sing and be happy. And it was so great to be with people who were studying spiritual things. It was metaphysics, and where you were open to the great teachings of all great religions, and looking to see how you could apply those teachings, you see. And that's really so beautiful. Anyway, there'd be people there from all walks of life, but you had something really wonderful in common. And that was to really acknowledge and recognize who we really are, and to actually live that there by being kind and greeting each other, and taking classes where you could sit and you could learn and open yourself up, and while you're there contemplate and be dropping all of this pain and suffering and all of these kind of things. And it was so great. And then when it was time to go home, and I get in the car, and then a couple of times I get a ticket going home, because I really didn't want to go back to where I was. And I would try. I said, well, because I was in a marriage that wasn't happening, and all of that. I thought, well, I'll go back and I'll do the best I can. But in my heart, I said, I want to live like that all the time. I don't want to be just on a vacation. You know how many people, they work a job, and they're planning, they get a 2-week vacation. And how did that happen? Well, it got set up that way, bit by bit, piece by piece, agreement by agreement. And then it becomes, well, you can't live that way because the way I want to live, it's going to cost me this much and that much. Well, do you really want to live that way? I mean, you can if you want to work that hard or do that kind of thing. And you could do that, or it can come to you. It can come as a gift, somebody else. You got to be open to it. In fact, I was looking at this course I had developed called 21 Days to Personal Riches. And one of the products was that was in it, I wasn't a product, it was a thing, was a big treasure map. And it had you in the center, and then it had, the different, you would put pictures up there, the different pictures of how you would like your life to be. You might be feeling healthy and vibrant, or on the mountain or the beach, or I could be in a business suit. I don't know how it was, but you would then just put up some images that would reflect back to you a feeling, because it's all about feelings. It really is. I have to tell you it is, because our nature is feeling. Our bodies, we have feeling bodies, very sensitive and everything. In fact, I remember the birth when I appeared in this time, and I could sense my mother was envious and my dad was afraid. What am I going to do? I could feel their energies. Of course, I had been with my mom. And that's that consciousness, and we're so-called born into, is a consciousness of a mentality and an emotional field that then creates an outer world, okay? So anyway, saying you can live the life that you want now, you start to move in that direction. Take your baby steps. I love that, the baby step method. And I even have in my 21 Days to Personal Riches, I did a course called the Love and Enlightenment, No Failure, I call it diet, but the diet's a bad word because it means you die. But it's not based on guilt because you can never fail. And I remember when I used to do diets, and if you go off the diet, well, I guess it's over, so I might as well, I'm finished forever. No, 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 no. You needed to go off. It's okay. Great. You went off. Get back on again. Okay. And when you are repetitive like that, and you are persistently going in that direction by living and being there now, pretty soon you are there completely. And just like I was saying, how being with you, teaching and sharing, is my life's work. And I research for myself and for you. I always have. And when I left my ministry in San Diego, a lot of people maybe never knew because, people want to make controversy and, this was a scandal. That was the dumbest thing ever. No, it was not. But whatever it is, people want to do that and make it wrong or make it bad. But what I ultimately realized is that I wasn't really happy. I still had the jealousies and anger and resentment and fear mainly, and self-hatred and criticism. I mean, it was still, I thought something's wrong with this. I thought if I attained all these things and I got the top of that in the world, okay, then everybody'd love me. I'd be fine. I'd be happy. I'd have everything. I'd be all cool. But it's good because you could know that for sure. But I knew there was more. And that's when I was in my meditation, my prayer, openly, just in my own feeling and knowing level was, please, whatever else is there. I want the total truth. I want the absolute truth. That's all I want. I don't care what it is, where it comes from, or anything. That's all. That's all I want. And my spiritual life, number one, most important. And I didn't want people to wind up like me if they followed that, because that was, let's call it a dead-end street. Didn't mean it didn't have possibilities, but it has to be open. That it had to be. You'll know when you're there, and you know when you find it, you know when you have it. And then when you have it, you have the taste, and now you run after it. And that's where the pleasure of the soul, increases. And then you're living wherever you are. You're always with yourself. So you're always taking your bubble with you in that sense, and you're not letting anybody else steal your bliss. And then that comes too, that you can receive all kinds of stuff that comes from other people. Like I tend to kind of bring up stuff around me brings up stuff in people around me. So anyway, I was in the shopping in the line at the market, and I said, this lady, she was, whatever age her body was, we could stop all that stuff. But anyway, I said to her, I know you. She says, no, you don't, Newbie. I said, well, yeah, I do, because I know everybody. I don't know what she's done and all this stuff, but I know who she is, and I know she's a beautiful spirit soul, just like you. I know that. And I'm not looking to see all she's been through, all that, but I could tell. But that really bugged her for something. And then she said something about December 25th or not this. And I had no idea what she was talking about. And I said, toodle darling. And I just went on, because I like to say weird old things like, tootsie bye, because that comes from Miss Marple, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just had a great time. I wasn't trying to agitate her, because I knew there she was. She was being just like I knew she was. Not like I knew she was, but something about me just kind of did that. But what is great is that when you know your intention is there for love or play or fun, not everybody wants to play, not everybody wants to have fun, but there are those out there that are just cool. And then when you're out and about and in your bubble, and it wouldn't ever what they're going, fine, and if you did something you didn't mean to, and then you'd admit it in a moment, but you're really, it's like a dance. And then wherever you go is holy ground. And wherever you go makes a difference, because you are in the joy and the enthusiasm and the love and the everything of your beloved, because you're together, your soulmate, forever and eternally, our invisible partner. And in that, it's called self-satisfaction. And then you have more of it. Yeah, wherever you go. And you want people to have that. And yet you don't have to be less for them to be more. And you don't have to shut down who you are. But you also have nothing to prove because you're already there. Just be who you are. And you are enough. And you always have enough. Yeah, build your prosperity consciousness. That is your God consciousness in every way. And you need some support, I'm here for you. I do counseling on the phone, in person, classes and workshops at Mount Shasta, do mentoring program. Yes, for something you want to attain in your career, your business, or know what it is, or your spiritual work that you want to attain and do. Absolutely. So you could email me, contact me, then we'll have a visit on the phone, see how we can work together and work out the details, and it'll always be good because you're good. So big hugs, love, and all is well.